Is it just me, or is Hollywood disgusting? Now, I'm making this video because recently there's this new clip going around all over social media talking about Tom Holland getting back shots. Now, you would think that this, you would think that in a perfect world we wouldn't have to be talking about this, but unfortunately we are. Now, what makes this worse is a large part of the reason why people are talking about this is because not long ago there's this trailer that had Zendaya having a threesome, and then I saw thumbnails, I saw pictures of people putting Zendaya's face doing like this weird thing. And it just brings up the conversation. Why is it that movies need these inappropriate scenes? And I feel like this needs to have been talked about for a long time. And by the way, look, I'm gonna clarify right now my stance. I believe porn is bad for people. I believe you shouldn't watch porn. I'm fine if you watch it every once in a while, but really, you got to get that mentality. And I think that's one thing that's scary about younger generations moving forward is that porn is so accessible that anyone can watch it. You want to know how I can prove that? Because when I was 12 years old, I watched a porn video for the first time. I remember all it was I searched up what does a vagina look like, because I recently learned, I was like, wait, women don't have dicks? And so I Googled it, and it put me on this loophole. And it's weird because I've never been a big fan of corn. Now, I'm going to say that, just realized I said the full word. So if this video gets demonetized, that sucks. Join the membership program, so it would help a lot. Shout out to everyone who's a member. Got to start shouting out the members a little more often. So expect that, I think, at the end of my videos every day from now on. But the bottom line is it was so easily accessible for me as a 12-year-old to find it. Back in the day, it used to be very common that you just found like one of your dad's old nudie magazines, and at most you just watched a couple of boobies and that was it. But it was something that was so rare. But now, younger people are given free access to the internet on this little device, and now all of a sudden it's complete chaos. You got young guys nowadays just easily having all that access, and what makes this worse is this is before they ever even have think relationships with the girl, when they're in high school, whatever. And the issue is now they have all this free access. Now, why did I bring up the Tom Holland thing? Well, that's a good question. The reason why I did is because I find it so unnecessary when movies have sex scenes. When I go watch a movie, I'm there to see a good story, good acting, give me all that. If I want to see sex, I'll go watch corn. But unfortunately now it seems like that's the big deal. Now, this isn't a modern problem because this has been going on forever. You got actors, Emilia Clarke, we've seen her boobs so many times that at this point seeing her with clothes is just odd. However, it does add on to the larger problem that we have right now with the easy access to this kind of inappropriate stuff. That's why I preach to guys, hey, don't drink alcohol, don't smoke weed, don't watch corn, because all that stuff is just going to damage you in the long run. And if you do that, okay, that's fine. But to me, when I give you guys advice, I give it to you guys because this is what I've learned from my own life and how much better my life feels without all that kind of stuff. And that's why I find it so sad that shows like Euphoria exist. And look, I gave Euphoria a good review a couple years ago, and I still think it's a good show. But that show is a big problem. Because yes, these are 20-year-olds, but at the end of the day, they almost glamorize the drug usage, the sex that is in high school. And I hate when everyone brings up the argument of this is how it really is. No, it isn't. Yes, there is drugs and there is, teenagers doing things. It's not like a new thing, okay? But it becomes a big issue when your entire show is based around that. You can't tell me you're watching Euphoria because of a story. I'm sorry. Seeing Sydney Sweetie's boobs every time doesn't help at your case at all, bro. And it's so funny because Euphoria is made by adults, and that makes it more sus. The fact no one talks about this is so much more sus. But I feel like every episode starts with inappropriate stuff. That at some point it's like, it's not realistic anymore. It just feels like they're glamorizing this kind of behavior for teenagers because teenagers easily love this kind of stuff. And look, maybe I might be a hypocrite. My favorite comedy movie of all time is Superbad. Superbad is also in my top 5 favorite movies of all time. But the difference with Superbad is, well, yes, that entire movie is about trying to get alcohol and trying to hook up with a girl. Ultimately, it's still a story about two good friends, and that just happens to be part of it. I'm fine if movies want to do that because that is a realistic depiction. I would even say Superbad is far more realistic than Euphoria is. That's part of the reason why I even love Superbad, because I watched that movie for the first time when I was in high school, and it just felt like me and my friends. Then you get Euphoria, and you got like these drug scenes, you got this, you got that. I remember starting season 2, in the first episode of season 2, there's so many penises. Actually, that's part of the reason why I don't even like watching Euphoria. There's too many penises, and I feel uncomfortable when I look at another man's junk. Overall, I don't see why Hollywood constantly needs to have sex scenes. I found out the spoiler for Oppenheimer. If you're worried about spoilers for Oppenheimer, then that just means you didn't know about history. But there's certain scenes where you see Florence Pugh's breast, and I see no point. I see no point half the time. I don't get why you can't just cut away to that kind of stuff. I get it because of the cinema, but to me, half the time, it just seems like an excuse to get your wang wet. You know, like Quentin Tarantino. You can't tell me all those feet scenes in Quentin Tarantino movies aren't because it's his kink. Dan Schneider is unfortunately a bigger story on that. You know, how he took advantage of the young actresses in the Nickelodeon shows like Victorious, iCarly. And I feel like it's so inappropriate that we've kind of normalized in Hollywood that you can have these inappropriate scenes and that you can have all these weird scenes that are so gross, you know. And sometimes I understand it. Sometimes it's for comedic purposes, and sometimes it's because you want to show two characters doing something passionately. Like, for example, I love The Boys. The Boys, I would even say, is far grosser than Euphoria. But I think the difference between The Boys and Euphoria is that Euphoria glamorizes it, while The Boys just kind of has it there and uses it more for comedy. And yeah, The Boys did something more inappropriate. Literally, if you know what happens in season 3, the first episode of season 3, I'm not even going to describe it because that is the most disgusting scene I've seen, but yet one of the funniest. But at least with The Boys, it has that built-in excuse of, hey, they're just doing it for comedy. But then I look at all these other shows that just randomly does it. When there's a sex scene, why does it have to show you them humping? Why can't it just be, it shows a couple, you can see like their shoulders, you know, like the way the sitcoms do it, like you got like Friends or How I Met Your Mother, where they won't show you body parts. It's just, it shows like, you know, the obvious girl with the blanket. They'd be carrying the blanket like this as if they didn't just have intercourse with the guy. I feel like it'd be much simpler. Just show a girl's back, show a guy's back, and then it's not like the people aren't going to know what they're doing, especially if it's already an adult show. Yeah, people already know what they're doing. You don't have to show it. These actors, at the end of the day, they're not porn stars. Why? I'm going to get demonetized someday. I guarantee you one day it'll be announced on my channel that I'm no longer monetized. It's not like I'm making much money at all. But still, I just don't get why you constantly need to see. People don't need to see these scenes. Everyone knows what's going on. Why is it? Oh, it's because some like 40-year-old guy who just recently got divorced wants to see Jennifer Garner doing something inappropriate. I actually don't know if she's ever done anything inappropriate. I don't blame actors and actresses for having to do it. These are people who need jobs. They need stable income. And being an actor is a very, it's a very low chance of you even making it in the business. Unfortunately for the rest of the actors and actresses, your bare booty has to be shown to the rest of the world, and it's, I don't know, and especially for Euphoria. I'm sorry if I'm ranting about Euphoria, but this is a show that's supposed to show teenagers. I know they're not teenagers. I know the actors aren't. They're in their 20s. But it's just weird. Even I'm like 21 years old, and when I watch Euphoria, I just get uncomfortable. You know, I'm just like, yeah, I mean, these people are older than me, but this is still so weird because we're meant to see them as teenagers. Bottom line, I believe as a society, we need to stop glamorizing this kind of stuff. Look, some of y'all are going to call me, I don't know, sensitive. Some of y'all are going to call me soft. But to me, I just don't think it's good. I don't think it's healthy, you know. And I just don't think it's acceptable behavior, you know. I'm fine with it occasionally. I'm fine if you want to watch that kind of stuff. But, like, why does it got to be in movies? Why does it got to be in shows? Why do I have to go through my Twitter and see Tom Holland getting humped? Like, it's just odd. You know, I don't even criticize Zack Snyder. You know, I got a Zack Snyder poster back there. You know, I love Zack Snyder's Justice League. But in Watchmen, why did we have to see Silk Spectre and Night Owl doing it to Hallelujah? Like, you know, what was all that about? Even Batman actually, let me use a better example. Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice Ultimate Edition. Why is it that I'm watching a movie about two kids heroes, Batman and Superman, and all of a sudden I got a random scene of Ben Affleck's booty cheeks. Anyways, I know most people are going to disagree with me. I know that, and I'm fine with that. But again, this channel is all about open conversations, just discussing things, and that's what I want my channel to be more about, just conversations about things. And also, I'm going to change a little bit of the format on my videos. I want to do these videos kind of standing up. You guys know I've been doing a lot of weight loss, and I feel like one of the issues I've had is that I sit down on that chair too much. And if you guys have been watching me, I'm a very energetic person, and so I don't like sitting down a lot, and I feel like this actually motivates me a little more to make my videos. But I don't think it proves it, but I think it's like a little nice touch. So, and also this is a different side of my room that I think most of y'all have never seen. You know, I'm a pretty messy guy, so but anyways, that's all I gotta say. Thank you guys for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I also want to thank all the members. I'm gonna put their names somewhere around here. I'm gonna support the members now, and you can join for as little as 99 cents a month. And I'm going to try doing more exclusive stuff for them, you know, just give, you know, at least the bare minimum I can do is give you guys a shout out. So much love to y'all. I'm going to be working on that, going to be working on building this channel bigger every day, making better content. You know, I'm back to all that grind. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you on the next one. Ciao.
Trapping out like a trap, I do this shit for my mama. You believe in me? Do you even see where I'm trying to go? I can't go back home, nah. I've been left alone for so many times. Grabbed on a microphone, now I'm on my grind. So my life as a puzzle, I got a mastermind. But it wasn't easy, but the fact I nearly lost my life. They ain't have faith, so I didn't know belief. I was scared to see, I fell asleep, but now I woke trying to get the map complete. My life's like a game.